Hi, guys. It was a very soft one, wasn't it?
It was a soft one, but I couldn't see, so I'm swapping glasses. And what are we drinking today?
Today we're drinking a rosé, which is called Don't Tell Dad. It's quite nice. It's a 2017 rosé from Wine of Australia. Contains sulfites.
Sulfites.
From, where is it from?
From Australia.
Oh, Murrindindi.
Murrindindi.
Yeah, Victoria.
Victoria.
We've already had a look. Anyway, that's what I'm drinking today.
So what did you do this week?
I had a very eventful week. It's been a good week. We've had shoots on every day, and we went to the Chili Peppers last night. So we need to say thank you to Leaf for...
Amazing.
Yes, it was an amazing big thank you.
So
it was so much fun.
Just amazingly, he just invited us
Yeah,
in
he
with
just
us and our
invited us.
partners. And it's my wife's birthday, so it's a bonus for her.
It was so cool.
And then we got put front of house. We're on the actual stage for front of house, so we had the best sound.
I nearly knocked over some stuff.
You nearly knocked over the whole decks and everything.
Okay, Jared was there to save the day.
But yeah, like it was so privileged. I think like another 4 or 5 people except us in this beautiful dead centre.
Oh, so much fun.
It was a good show. It was a good show. It was actually a lot better than I thought, because I saw Chili Peppers when they were in their peak, like when they were at age. And now you could see they're getting a bit old. Yeah, but they didn't slow down. My God, they were.
And Anthony Kiedis is still gorgeous.
Oh, well.
He's so
I'm more into Flea, being a bass player.
Oh, of course. I like the front man.
The front man.
Yes. Yeah, so that was really good. So massive thank you for the invite to go along to that.
Absolute massive thank you. Yeah. And I'm going to talk a little bit more. I'm going to get serious a bit later.
You're going to what?
So get a bit serious.
Oh.
It's deep and meaningful.
Wow.
And this will be part of it.
Okay. Interesting. I wonder what you've got up your sleeve.
I don't have much of a sleeve at the moment.
Stick around and find out. You don't have much of a sleeve. But yeah, so that was really cool. And
this week was cool because I actually getting back to shooting my stuff.
Yes, exactly. Which was
awesome. You haven't seen me actually shooting. Oh yes, no, you were around for Lizzie and things like that. So you saw those shots. So you saw how the whole thing is like just 2 hours set up, and then 5 frames we've got the picture.
Yes, which was very much that for some of the stuff for me, your stuff.
My stuff, yeah, which I want to spend more time doing because that is my stuff. I still love shooting my fashion and beauty and things like that. So the models are harder to find. Yeah. Because they're all doing e-commerce, so they have lost the ability to have believable expressions. Yeah. Or it's not what they're getting paid to do, so they're not interested. They're sort of like, I don't make money out of that, and I'll never make money out of that because...
Yeah, they're not interested in creating, they're just interested in money.
Well, yes and no. It's a little bit like, what's the use of putting a portfolio out there that unless you're a known daughter of a superstar or you're an old superstar, nobody's going to book you.
What if you're someone's unknown daughter, though? Going to Franklin's barbecue.
The unknown daughter. No, she's making it in the movie scene. So the unknown daughter, she's going to make it later. Remember 10. Don't forget 10 in the cameras. And I'm the 10th. What, the 10th fan? The 10th fan. Anyway, are we going to bring this up every podcast from now on? I must admit, because I see the picture quite often because it sits in one of my folders, and every time I see it, I do have a chuckle and.
If you don't know what we're talking about, go back to I don't know what podcast it was. We were in Texas.
It was the one we did. We
were in Austin.
Did we record it in Austin? We did.
Yep. Go and watch that one. Listen to that one. You'll understand what we're talking about. Anyways. But yeah, no, even like with some of the shoots you were doing this week with your stuff, like there was one that you did and you were just so particular with even like, I don't know, like on the tripod.
Oh, like the tripod legs, yeah. Just go back and turn a millimetre until... But it just bugged me until I got it that...
So particular, and it took you so long to do this whole big setup, and then I think you took like 10 frames. You're like, there we go, I got the shot. I'm like, hell.
Yeah, because the photo was the story, it wasn't. And the model we're working with she can give an expression. If she knows the story, she just gives the expression, and that's all. It is very much a a visual, like a silhouette of the setup, but then the expression just finishes it off.
Yeah, you'll see that photo. It's coming out soon. Plus the sun, we're a bit dark.
A bit dark. Haven't you got on auto ISOs?
Nah.
Nah. You know, this time of day we have some dark, some dark.
That's all right.
We're coming back.
We're coming back. And what else?
You got nothing.
No, I was just trying to think about. No, I was trying to think about other things during my week before I ask you how your week was. I've got stuff to talk about.
You've always got stuff to talk
about. How was your week?
How was your ribs?
My ribs were really nice. I went to Peter's for dinner last Saturday and I had ribs and they were delicious.
Delicious?
They were really good.
We even had Anna come to dinner who doesn't eat
we thought she didn't eat beef, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a religious thing or something. She said something once, a tattoo on her back. And so Jared, myself and Josh all had my steaks.
Which was like half a cow.
They're a little bit big.
Biggest steak I've ever seen.
And I did you, Cherie, and Anna ribs.
That was so good with that glaze you put
on it.
That
glaze, yes. Oh, that's right. I put the mango. Was it mango?
Mango habanero.
Habanero mango. So it's got spice, but it's got sweet in it.
And then he smoked them, and
Anna freaking starts eating Josh's, and he goes, "This doesn't taste like beef. I've never tasted beef like taste. I will eat beef now if it tastes like this."
Jared's like, he because he didn't get through his half a cow that you.
Oh, he took it home. Did he end up eating it?
Yes, so he did what you said, and he put it on toast. Yeah.
And do you like it?
I said it was delicious.
It is. It's so good. Just cold, cut really thin, sliced on toast. It's just to die for.
I think he said he put some pickles on it, and
pickles would be good, and a bit of lettuce or mayo or something.
And some of your burger sauce.
Burger sauce.
Yeah. Made himself a little toast.
Have you still got some of my burger sauce left?
We did.
It'll last for a while. It's everything in it.
It's empty now.
It's empty, so when on the next batch, I have to do batch.
I can make some. I've got the recipe.
I know, but when I do a big batch, it's really easy just to scoop off a jar.
I guess so, yeah. I need to make some more of that Big Mac sauce as well.
I do too. That won't last as long though.
No, it doesn't. I need to make more.
Yeah, they'll only last 1 or 2 months, whereas my burger sauce will last 6 months.
Oh, okay. Righty-o.
Foods again. Foods. Nothing but foods. How was your meal last night? Mine was disgusting.
Mine was horrible.
It was very expensive.
Yeah.
There was nothing available. It was like, basically, if you order that, you're going to be here for 4 hours. But if you order that, we can have it to you in 2 hours. And
it was horrible.
It was like eating chicken flavoured cardboard.
Yeah, it was horrible. Mine was bland.
It was bland. Lucky they had a beer. And
they had wines. No, that was a horrible chicken wrap. Can make better. I loved Jared being like, I can make better at home. Just no, that's right. He said he's like, it needs this and it needs this and this. Actually, you know what? I'd probably have better off I just make it at home myself.
He's been hanging around me too long.
No, what have we done to the poor boy?
We have.
And we booked our flights to Europe this week.
Yes, Europe's all booked, and people that mightn't have known England was originally 2 days. It's now 3 days.
It's now 3 days.
Just because we've got lots and lots of interest.
Yes.
Not like Brisbane.
No, I don't know what's happened.
We have a big following in Brisbane, and it's like crickets.
No, I don't know why. So
yeah, they're lost if we don't get more soon. We'll just pull it.
Pull it off. Yeah, which is a shame because
it's a shame. But I think there's things like at the moment interest rates and like our interest rates just went up again, and especially some of the premiers like Brisbane, they had to put the things like electricity and gas prices just gone through the roof.
That might have something to do with it.
My daughter's insurance for a house doubled. Literally doubled. In 1 year, it has gone up 50%.
Jesus.
So I think things like that is going to affect people, and it inspires cheaper.
That's true, but it's Brisbane normally sells it super quickly, so I'm just really surprised. I don't know what's...
Except for Melbourne, Brisbane would be our second biggest city.
Normally, I find Sydney is kind of a bit slow.
Sydney can be up and down. Depends on the year.
Yeah, actually, it is pretty up and down.
And it depends on the date.
Yeah, true.
So Sydney is a little bit up and down, but Brisbane's always been strong. So I don't know if it's... So when I speak to my sister in Cairns, which is still in Queensland, she talks more about the cost of things, which I can't remember her doing that. So I think...
Might be expensive up there.
Things like the electricity and gas and rates going up, council rates going up, insurance going up, all of those things could be affecting...
True. But yeah, it's a bit of a...
Got to feed the kids before you feed us.
Yeah.
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 We don't like doing things like that, but we'll see. We've still got 7 weeks.
Something like that, a couple of weeks.
But, like, I'm not going to be unhappy because I'm 10 weeks in Europe.
No.
Yeah, I think I'm 10 weeks in Europe, 8 weeks plus 2.
Oh yeah, that is 10.
Oh, well done. See, getting Bec to do my accounting is starting to pay off. She knows what 8 and 2
for a good reason. Hi Peter, I failed year 9 math. That's cool. Do my accounting for me.
When the accountant goes, with $38,000 out in your books, your reconciliations. I said, how can that happen? He goes, I don't know. That's why I'm talking to you.
I don't know. I was just told to push these buttons, and I pushed those buttons, and then it was wrong.
Didn't work.
So I don't do that anymore. But that's okay. That's someone who's actually trained to do that. It's probably smarter.
Smarter.
Yeah.
No, their skill sets in a different place.
Yes. I mean, I didn't say they're smarter than me. I meant, well, they probably are, but like, I meant more it's just smarter to get them to do because they are trained bookkeepers.
They're trained bookkeepers.
I just push buttons on the computer and hope it works, and then it don't work.
And then you just look at me with this strange look like, can I go home now? Can I have a day off? I'll tell you tomorrow why. What's this pink smoke coming out of the back of the computer for?
I don't know. Funnies.
So am I going to get depressing and bring everything down?
No, don't be depressing.
I'm not going to be depressing. I need deep in
deep into meaning for D&Ms.
D&Ms.
Friday D&Ms with Bec and Peter.
We want the podcast to be a fun place that you're not. Like a lot of the podcasts I listen to, a lot of them there's so much bad shit they talk about, like things that are happening in different areas, and especially a lot of the American ones I listen to, it's all about how horrible LA got with all the homeless people and how bad this is and how bad. It's not like...
It's not fun, whereas we want this to be like...
positivities.
We want this to be like Friday after work drinks.
Well, what are you looking at?
Someone's parking in our car. No, I don't think they are. I thought someone was parking in our car spots and I was going to yell at them. I wouldn't do that, actually. I'm way too timid.
I want to know what Bec was drinking last night because I drove Bec and her partner home, her fiancé to be home. Wow. Love why you're screwing up your head like that. Unfortunately, you're stuck with Bec for another year. She made me give her 2 years worth of bonuses, so I have to keep her for another year. So next year we'll actually do a live poll, and I'll give them 10 candidates, and they can pick the new Bec. No.
There's no new Bec. I'm limited edition.
Limited edition.
I'm vintage 93, one of a kind, never to be repeated.
But I took them back to where her partners left the car because he went to work and then went to the concert straight from work and dropped them off there. And Bec goes, did you drop us home? I said, no. Well, the car wasn't in the drive, but Jared was still home. I don't know what you were on last night. You nearly took half the front of house off.
I was drunk.
And then you were carrying on that you'd lost your license in the back of your phone. It was in your pocket.
I don't like postmortems, please. Okay.
That was just the funniest thing because you had us all looking around the area. We were standing for the back of your phone. It was in your back pocket. No, it was funnies. Anyway.
What I do when I'm drunk is none of my business.
None of your business.
None of my
And never. I can't remember it, so it didn't happen.
Exactly.
That tree didn't fall because I wasn't in the bush to hear it.
It is just none of my business what I do when I'm drunk. See, at least Jared
didn't think, but then when I started adding up, because we did sort of chug some down pretty quick outside, then we got in and chugged some down pretty quick, and then went and chugged some more down the next minute. Yeah.
And because I didn't really eat my delicious wrap.
Yeah. And I don't think you had a lot.
I had sushi.
Yeah, what, 3 pieces of sushi? Oh, a massive meal. Well done. The entire day, 3 pieces of sushi.
Well, I wanted to eat, but the wrap was disgusting, so I threw it away.
Disgusting.
Disgusting. But yeah, no, I don't like postmortems, so that's fine.
No,
we'll move on from that.
Well, so going to move on anyway.
Okay.
You don't have to kick me off the planet. But there's a couple of things. I did a shoot yesterday, and
you learnt a lot.
I learned a lot, but the shoots I've got to stop doing. It's the shoots I've got to say, yeah, no. It's like what they're looking for in a shoot, what I'm looking for in a shoot, two different things. And Bec sees it a lot. There's a lot of shoots I do with people for the first time, which are training shoots.
Yeah.
And really, at the end of the day, all I do is train the model. You don't really
get anything for you.
I really don't get anything for me.
Which is what you mean by that shoots you've got to stop doing. Shoots that you're not actually getting anything out of.
It's not like I don't want to train people, but my time is limited. And I do have so much really good content that hasn't even been finished that I'd be better just to do finish shoots. Some shoots, 3 or 4 projects were like 7, 8 years ago, which I still haven't edited, and they're unreal shoots, but there's a lot of time in the editing, and if I can't edit in a day, I'll put it off till I get 2 or 3 days free to do this. One of them is a stop frame shoot and things like that.
Oh yeah, I know that one.
So even though we did this and Bec pretty much picked what was going to happen, and it happened, which was going the different direction to why I was going to shoot.
Yes.
It still brought me back to a point, and I started talking to the model. She's a lovely model, isn't it? And it's nothing against her. It's just that the whole way she's got into modelling in the industry she's been forced into with her modelling. So it's more about her body than her face. And there's nothing wrong with her face, but she is like, it's like if you hear a singer, you say, yeah, you're a singer that people are going to love because your voice is just incredible, or you really need to get some emotion into your voice, but your voice is pretty boring, so your vocals, so your stories need to be good, and the way you deliver it needs to be good to make up for your lack of singing ability. Right. And I was even talking to her about this, like, there's 2 Australian bands that really, if you'd listen to the first couple of albums of Midnight Oil or Painters and Dockers, their voices are not attractive.
Dockers?
The Dockers. Their voices are not attractive, but the way they delivered was just, it's surreal, and like nobody else in the world can do it. So it doesn't matter if they're on and off pitch. It doesn't matter if their voice is not like attractive to your ears, but you get used to this is their delivery. So things, and I said to her, it's the same thing with what you do with your face, what you do with your, who you are. There's an amazing, we can't leave a link unless we find it. There's an amazing book, and it was stunning beauty portraiture photographs of people you would say were ugly. Like if you saw someone in the street, they either had half a face with, and I'm not, this is not me saying it, it's what the book said.
Conventional society.
Called conventional, heavily freckled somebody. Or someone with a birthmark across, I love freckles too. But someone with a birthmark across, well, look at Seal. It's like, I look at Seal and just say...
His scars are so unique though.
Yeah, I don't know what called the scars, but it's very unique. But he wears them. He's comfortable with them. And there's that model, I can't think of her name, who has the skin disease.
Vitiligo?
Yeah.
Winnie Harlow.
But there's a lot of people that have that. Like even Damon, the old rep in Hasselblad in Australia, has it.
Yeah.
Those things, and this book is incredible because it's pretty much picked people that you would normally say, you would never say, this is who I'd photograph for a beauty shot. But what they did, they made every single one of these people feel beautiful. So when
Is nudity going to come up on here?
No.
Okay.
We're safe.
Just checking.
No, so it's on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, just checking.
I have a YouTube cycle and a Inspire cycle. So the YouTube, hopefully it's on, I'm nearly certain it's been on YouTube cycle for a while.
So
I haven't taken it off. Yes, it covered.
Yeah, okay, cool. I just didn't mean to interrupt you.
So anyone in Potty World, we're trying to cover up the screen so YouTube can't see it. But it's more that they made them feel so beautiful on the inside that all you saw was a beauty, and it came out the eyes. And this led to me talking with a bit, and I don't know how I'm going to transition into my story so it makes sense. But
Sorry,
it's
it never
weird.
Makes sense.
It's weird how what I was doing with her, what happened with us last night, what happened with us yesterday, and what is happening in my life and what is happening in your life all ties into the same story. So, and I think this is the biggest problem with money. So when we're trying to do something, so much of our life is based on how much can we make, how much can we earn, it comes down to most things that people might want to make a transition. So the amount of photographers that say, so how do I make money?
Yeah.
How do you make money?
How do I go from being a hobby photographer to making money?
I want to shoot what you're shooting, but
I want to
who
make
are
money.
my clients? Who am I going to attack to pay me money for this?
How can I get in magazines that'll pay me money?
Money. It's all money, money, money.
Yeah.
But those same people will take up golf as a hobby, take up darts, take up pool. Lots of girls will take up that pole dancing, not to do it professionally, for fitness.
Yeah,
but
I did that for a while.
No, but then they start competing.
Yeah.
Like in that way, what other hobbies do girls tend to do? Not older women, actually you're sewing and knitting, all of the crafts and that type of stuff.
I like playing video games.
Video games. Well, lots of young women and girls love playing things like netball.
Yes.
So they might join. I know a few models that were in like 3 or 4 different netball teams. Or soccer, we've got those.
Oh yes.
A couple of the models we work with are very high-end soccer players. Mm-hmm. But most of them are doing this as that's their passion of what they love doing.
Yeah, it's fun.
You never hear them saying, so how do I make money out of this?
Yeah.
So this sort of stuck in my head a little bit, especially because I've had a few people online asking me, so yeah, all your pictures are really pretty, but who's going to pay you? Well, eventually, I'm surviving, aren't I? I'm living, and I'm not being nasty about this, but I don't like talking about. I hate money either way. I don't like being asked for it, and I don't like asking for it. I just don't like money at all. I just want, if I need to pay a bill, there's money in my bank account to pay it without thinking. Yeah. If I need to pay for Bec's wine usage, I've got enough to cover that. If Bec makes a mistake, I need the money to cover that.
Far out.
Sorry, it's not about me.
It's always about me. It's all about me.
No, but the picture I'm getting to is much bigger than that. It's after this girl left, and I did have a quite heavy, deep and meaningful, I'm not going to go into it because it was quite heavy what I was saying to her, but she took it the right way. She could see exactly where I was going.
Yeah. I wasn't even listening. Like, I was there, but I was present, but I wasn't present. I was physically.
It was still bringing back to the point.
In the zone.
Are you modelling to make money, or are you modelling because you love modelling?
Yeah.
And we got to the thing, I said, she just loves modelling. I said, well, don't do things to make money out of the modelling you don't want to do, just do the modelling you do want to do.
Yeah.
And then you won't have some of the issues that you're having.
Yep.
And then I started thinking about more myself, and I had a look at Bec's story. You don't know what's coming now. He's looking scared. So anyone who has heard our quick brief, how Bec started working with me, we met on Tinder and no. We're going to start it all over again. No, well, pretty much it was just a fluky thing. I'd been photographing Bec when she was younger. I still kick myself that I didn't put her on a plane with myself. I had to...
We met when I was 18, but someone asked me that today, how old was I? I was 18 and I was modelling.
She was this lanky, skinny, no boobs, all height.
And now I've got fake boobs and I'm fat and I'm old.
But she had this natural awkwardness, which she still has.
It's very awkward.
Being lanky and skinny with this awkwardness was just high-end haute couture fashion all over.
And I'm 5'11".
For some other things were happening in my life, and I think I was distracted too much about things that were giving me a lot of money rather than the passion that I loved. So I still think if we'd done that, I most likely would have ended up living in Paris, and you would have most likely. So while Bec was going bompa bompa bompa, my microphone ended up in my belly button. So if you're hearing stomach noises, Now, anybody who hasn't noticed, I'm going to change subject very quickly. The last 2 podcasts I've actually done in stereo. But I've brought it a little bit back centre, so you'll hear Bec's voice on that side of the room and my voice on this side of the room. Whoa. But you said it sounded better even on your laptop.
That sounded cool.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Sounds much better in headphones. When I put the headphones on, it's got this beautiful ambience. When I make it back to mono, it's sort of like I just pulled everything out. It's got,
it is funky. Anyway, you were saying that you would probably be living in Paris if you had taken me over to Paris, like I wanted to.
But that was just things. But then moving on, she went and started sleeping with her boss at a telecommunications company and couldn't get ahead of, gave head but couldn't give it. No, I shouldn't say that. We'll edit. No one. Anyway, she's with Jared now, and she's with Jared
Clarification, I didn't sleep with my boss. He was someone in where my old workplace.
So you say.
No,
you knew he was going to be your boss. So
no, I didn't know. And so we dated for a little bit, and then we broke up. And then after we broke up, he became my boss. So that's really fun when your ex becomes your boss. Don't recommend it at all, especially when you have to have like meetings and stuff. It's just awkward. Anyways,
Bec had made a comment to her partner on a weekend saying, I want to be a PA. And
No. I'd already wanted to be a PA and I was applying for other PA jobs.
Yeah, but
Jared asked me, he's like, so how are you going with like applying for like trying to get like a PA job, like blah, blah, blah. What's the next step? What are your plans type of thing? And I was like, I don't know. Like I haven't heard back from that last place that I like applied for. So I don't know. Like I guess I'll just keep applying or whatever. I was like, but you know what? I would really, really love to be Peter Colson's PA. And he's like, that's really random. Like, you haven't mentioned Peter's name in years since you stopped modelling. I was like, yeah, I know, but like I still follow him on socials and like his work's awesome. I've always been such a big fan of his work and like I see that he's doing international workshops now and that would be so cool. Like, and he's got this PA work and, you know, I just really wish I had her job. I feel like that would be a really cool job to have. 2 days later, Peter puts a friggin' ad on Facebook looking for a new assistant. I was like...
I only put it on there because my old assistant advertised with crappy employment agencies that just got people that just wanted to travel.
Yeah, whereas I knew travel would be involved, but that's not why I wanted the job.
Well, there was we interviewed quite a few people. Once we went on Facebook, we got 140, 160, but a lot of them we could kill in just a couple of questions.
Yeah.
So we just sent a little question, and a lot of them bailed on those answers. Like they bailed. They said, no, I can't do that. No, I've got a family. No, I can't. So we were able to rip it down pretty quick and heavy.
Yeah. So I remember so I applied, like I was like, this is bizarre because the universe is just, like I put this out into the universe and the universe answered my calling. And then I applied and then Peter was saying to his previous assistant the day that I applied, I just need someone like Bec. Like, she's this old model I used to work with.
Well, you weren't old then. You were a young model.
No, like, she's a model.
You might have had a few wrinkles on your head.
She's this model I used to...
From sleeping with your boss at Telstra. He might get fired if they find out in office.
He doesn't work there anymore.
Oh, doesn't he?
No, they found out at one point. I remember having a meeting about it. It was really awkward.
Oh, that'd be really horrible.
It was really awkward.
Oh, imagine being the person calling that meeting. Like,
so
yeah, anyway.
Anyways, don't shit where you eat.
You didn't do that stuff, did you?
No, I mean... Anyways, Peter was saying that you just need someone like Bec. She seems to have her head screwed on.
That was before I realised who she actually really was.
And I knew the industry and all that jazz. And so... And he said that, and then I applied. So it's all kind of really spooky.
Well, yeah, I mentioned to her. You didn't know I mentioned to her because you'd never met her. And then that night, I think I got home from work and saw you applied, and I thought, this is ESPN. So I just rang you, and you were just going in the shower, got out.
I just got out of the shower. So I just applied, like I sent my email and then commented on your post. I was like, applied. And then I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm going to have a shower.
Anyway, so where I'm getting to, so I got a couple of friends who are PAs, and they're still PAs, and one of them was a PA to a CEO of Nike.
I don't think that the CEO of Nike would let them have wine at 3 p.m.
No, but what I'm saying, is, you've picked working with me. You said to Jared you'd want to work with some little nobody Australian photographer.
Not a nobody.
No, but you know what I mean. Compared to a CEO of a big company.
Yeah.
So obviously the reason you were picking wasn't You weren't picking for the amount of money you could put in your pocket. You're picking for the type of lifestyle you wanted to have with your life.
Exactly.
Right.
Something in a creative field in this industry.
A studio which you liked being in.
Yeah,
right.
Like that kind of thing. That's why I was like, that would be a really cool job to have.
Right, but you would have never thought in that time that you would have got to be front of house at Chili Peppers.
No.
You would have never thought that you and your partner can fly business class for a 16-week holiday. You would never thought that you follow.
Yeah,
Look at all the things that tack onto it.
Exactly.
It wasn't. But if you would chase the money,
I never thought I would have a Burberry coat as a bonus, like things like that. But that's the things I don't expect. It's just.
But they weren't the things you were looking for either.
Exactly.
Whereas most people are looking for the dollar figure. They're not looking for what's going to make their life amazing and happy. And the little things that happened to both of us, I'm not just talking about you, I'm talking about, Chili Peppers last night was freaking awesome.
It was so cool.
If we'd stayed where we were originally sitting, it would have been, I was still happy to see Chili Peppers live. Yeah. But once the security came and got us and then stuck us in friggin' front of house, it was like, well, this is my zone. I'm an old sound engineer. This is...
And I nearly crashed into everything.
Just things like that. And it opened up my mind that I'm sure if you start looking at the world of chasing the world for money, I don't care who you are, money does not make you happy. It might pay your bills, it does not make you happy.
I don't think I'd be unhappy on a yacht, though.
You could be very unhappy on a yacht.
I don't know if
you haven't seen Dead Calm, obviously.
Personally, I don't think I would be unhappy on it.
Yeah, so Dead Calm, she'll put a link, hopefully, if she remembers.
I'll write it in my phone.
One of Kidman's first movies, when they all get killed on the yacht. Oh, that's a bit different. No, you're talking still about superficial things. What happens if you're on your yacht with your sleeping partner from Telstra?
Oh my God.
You wouldn't be happy with that, would you?
I know what he's doing.
Oh, poor Jared.
No, I mean, like, I just haven't heard from him in years. Like,
do you want to?
No, that's what I mean. I don't know. I just sometimes wonder about people.
Change the subject. I remember we were in Canberra and I got to meet one of your exes and you turned him.
Oh, no. I didn't.
You turned him.
I did not turn him.
Anyway, but getting back onto my story, the same as with me. If I look at every decision I made, like I made some decisions just to be able to live. Mm-hmm. I'll shoot weddings, parties, anything. It wasn't that's where I wanted to go with my career. It's just that I want a studio. I want a studio place so I can create. If I do 3 days of what I hate doing...
You're moving out of the frame.
I'm moving out. If I do 3 days of what I hate doing, it allowed me to do 4 days of what I love doing. And then what I love doing eventually meant I did more and more of what I love doing. Mm-hmm. And I was looking pretty much after what happened yesterday and what happened with Scarlett, which is a model that came down. We did some work both for her and for me, but what we're doing for her is so different to what I do. But it still opened my eyes is I should be doing what
you want to do.
I want to do because I haven't gone out and chased the money. I still love my photography, but I look at all of the people I know that went out and went down that money line.
Yeah.
They wouldn't pick up a camera on a Saturday.
What?
They wouldn't have that thing as I'm going to fly a model in just so I can get this shot done for me, not to make money, just for me.
For you. Yeah.
It might make money down the track, but that's not why I'm getting that person in here. It's just I want this shot.
Well, it's kind of like when people ask me why I don't model anymore, and it's like I love modeling. Don't get me wrong, but like
you modelled today.
I modelled today.
This is a set of. Yeah. Sorry, inspire people.
Inspire podcast people.
No, inspire people.
Oh.
So if you're looking on this, the set was done for YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
We planned this set for a YouTube set.
Yeah.
It wasn't planned as an Inspire set, whereas now I feel like I could have stretched it out 3 times longer. But what I might do is, we'll be Inspire Retouch. Here we go.
Yeah, cool.
So I'll chop up a quick of what we do, but then show
we could just keep, because we're filming for a while. We can make it a long Inspire and then give YouTube just a little taste.
Well, I was trying to always have Inspire and YouTube separate. YouTube was more aimed as we don't hide any information. We say everything. It's just that it's not maybe formatted.
It's formatted.
There's not the stepping stones. Yeah. You're missing a few stepping stones and things like that because the Inspire was what we first started doing. YouTube was only a thing we started doing in lockdown, more in lockdown.
We did a lot more in lockdown. We started just before lockdown.
But it's like we've now got a community on each. So we've got I'm happy with having that. We've got that tier system, which I've spoken about before, that I still want to be able to teach people who don't have any money free at all. They're struggling to pay, they're struggling to even pay the electricity bill or something, but I still want to be able to give them,
of course,
give them inspiration and give them information so they can move forward.
Yeah.
I don't think just rich people should have
100%.
So I don't think the more money you've got means the more you should be able to learn.
Yeah, 100%.
But at the same time, I do believe that I learned by doing everything. It's like even with our podcast, I hated the sound in our earlier. You heard me complain. Yeah, no. And I'm a sound engineer, but things just, the mics that were being recommended, everything they recommended, I just didn't work. But I just kept watching YouTube videos on it, experimenting, learning, and then I found these new bits. The software that I owned never used this way, and all of a sudden things started falling into place. And again, that's not me going to school and learning. This is me learning this little trick off this person, this trick off this person, but spending the time wanting to make a product better. Not that I'm never going to chase the sort of Peter McKinnon cinematography look.
But that's not your thing.
Yeah, well, the Peter McKinnon, like, I do enjoy watching some of these things, but I still, whenever I finish watching, I think I didn't learn a thing. Learnt, yeah. It's new. I mean, it is. It's specials.
Okay, specials.
Was it like? It's like what it's like. Or what did I say?
This
is what it is.
No, this is this.
This is this. This is this.
Peter was
so it's a dyslexia thing. It's the way my brain works. It's sort of like left, right, and centre, but we don't know which way we're going to go first.
Peter was teaching me some editing stuff so that I can take over a lot more of the editing for YouTube and Inspire, and showing me it's playing. I was like, sometimes I'm just like, what the hell am I saying?
I'm sitting there going, you've just spat out 20 words that meant nothing. If I cut every second word out and then edit it, all of a sudden it actually makes sense.
And he's like, this is this. And he's like, oh, this is this good one. Of course, this is this.
My brain or my mouth don't tend to align.
Oh, I do. Like sometimes I watch myself back and I'm like, I don't know either. I'm just as silly as you are. But no, I was gonna say with me it's not that I love modelling, and I'm sure that I could have shoots on every weekend, and I'm sure I could even get money for it. But at the same time, I work full time. My weekends are my weekends, and that's the time that I want to have a social life, and I want to sit at home and have a few wines, or I want to go out with my friends, and I want to go to concerts or whatever. Like, I've got stuff to do. So then
you could work 7 days a week.
I could.
No, not that. No, you could work 7 days a week and be really happy. So your day job is your earning job, and because you haven't got this amazing day job because you're Telstra, your weekends is maybe DJing or something like that.
Yeah.
And then that is your buzz for the week. You might be a musician, a band. You might be whatever. That's your buzz in the week. Your Monday to Friday is to earn enough money so you can do your hobby on the week.
Yeah.
Your weekend was never aimed to make money. It was earned to keep you. It's the reason you're living.
Exactly. And so, like, even though I could have shoots and I could probably be paid for shoots on the weekend, if I'm pretty sure the shoots that I'd be doing on the weekend, I probably wouldn't love the photos from. And even though I'm happy...
You never did, though. Well, I won't say never.
No, I did.
There's a big percentage.
Well, that's why I stopped, because at first when I started, I was loving everything, and then it turned more into I was doing more shoots where I wasn't liking what I was getting.
But what's the difference between what happens with me?
Because we collaborate on it.
No, I'm talking about me, not you. You're not in this equation.
What do you mean?
The people who contact me to shoot, it's...
Well, this is what...
thing.
Yeah, and this
exactly
is what you were saying, that you need to stop doing things that you're not getting anything out of it.
I shouldn't be shooting people I didn't find that found me, because
Not necessarily, because sometimes
people
find you and you
if I look at their folios, but what I'm more meaning, if I look at the folio and go, that's not really my look, but maybe, and there shouldn't be that, but maybe, I don't need to build a new folio. And I'm not being nasty on that, but I've only got a certain amount of time on this planet, and I've decided that, especially recently, something happened, and you know the day that happened, right? And it just rang a bell like, yeah, that's not happening now, but I don't care. I don't need to do that anymore. Why am I even worrying? Why did I even book that?
Yeah.
That's not actually what I want to do. And I've been lucky enough that I've worked really, really hard with my business to be at a stage where, well, I could retire if I want to retire. Easily.
But you're a workaholic, so you're not going to.
No, but I could easily retire right this second. I could easily say goodbye, Bec. She hasn't got up to a long service leave, so it saves me a fortune. Her car's paid off. I can easily just say goodbye, Bec. I'm on a month-to-month lease with the studio, so out. I could have a garage sale and make a lot of money out of all the crap I've bought over the years.
I have a mortgage though, and my interest rates just went
Well,
up.
there's a thing called OnlyFans.
Lonely clams.
I'll give you a camera and a micro. I'll give you a shotgun microphone so it gets noises. Anyway, you can do you can do that. What's that thing? The
ASMR.
You can do AMSR with girly parts.
ASMR.
ASMR.
Yes,
right, so you can do that with girly bits.
Yuck.
I'm certain there'd be stupid idiots out there willing to pay trillions.
Oh my God, can you imagine? I could make so much money.
Well, just to look at the foot fetish stuff you already get asked.
It's fine. I could make a lot of money, but that's
you
just
could do
not my jam.
ASMR with your foot. Put it into some gel and just make foot noises in the gel. There's something. It's faceless. Nobody even knows it's the
True.
Bec pause. You can hear the Bec pause.
Oh my God, could you imagine? That'd actually probably go off.
It would go. You'd make it, and you wouldn't have to talk to
I might have to talk to people though.
Talk to them with your feet. Make feet noises. Do foot talks. You can most likely, if you put enough, if you got something like Vaseline that got your toes, you can also make fart noises with your toes, and then you can try and make talking. Try and make the farts end up like talking, or you could then AI the fart noises into talking. Where does your brain go back? I just don't understand you.
Oh, power to people that do the lonely clams, but it's not for me. Not for me. But I've got no problem with people that do.
You have said that you'd love the money.
I'd love the money.
You just couldn't put up with the people, like the comments we get on YouTube.
Not all of them, but
No, I'm talking about the comments, not those comments that we get on YouTube. And that's going to be the starting points of the comments on OnlyFans.
Exactly, because people are paying to be unhinged.
Yeah.
And it's like even, because I was talking to Jared then, I was like, well, what if I do, obviously I don't do nude or anything, so I'm going to be posting nudes. And I was like, and he's like, I just don't want you flirting with people, and I feel like that's the way they're going to expect. And I was like, 100%
I don't know. If anyone says to me only, and I shouldn't be like this, but if someone says OnlyFans page, I just think nudie.
Well, exactly. That's the thing.
Straight away, I think they're showing something they can't show on social media, and they're showing something they're going to get paid for.
And people would expect at the bare minimum flirting, and I'm not prepared to do that. And obviously, my boyfriend's not happy with that.
You've never. And look, a lot of the models I work with.
I'm not a very flirty person.
No, but a lot of the models I work with, their photos aren't aimed at being sexual. They're aimed at being fashion fashion and things like that. Yeah. So it's like, even there's a model, I'm not going to mention her name, she listens to the podcast, but I think she's tried OnlyFans. I don't think it's going well for her, but she's 100% being butt naked. Yeah. But because she's not sexual with her nakedness, she's very fashion, very art nude. Yes, yeah. That's that thing, whereas I find the people that are making money off OnlyFans, and the few people I know who are making a lot of money off it, it is very, very sexual. Not they mightn't be showing much, but their delivery is nothing but that.
Well, one of my good mates, she does it, and she's making quite good money off it. But And she gets dudes sending phallic images and asking for ratings. And I'm like...
Oh, that's right, you told me.
What?
You would actually enjoy ratings.
No, I
you would.
But no,
you should do the helicopter contest. We're not going into this.
I would not enjoy it. Don't.
But you know what I'm saying.
I would not enjoy it. But then my mate's like, what do I do? Like, do I be honest or do I like gas him up and be like, oh yeah, like 10 out of 10, like what do I do?
Well, Scarlett said to us, there's a whole thing about little...
Oh yeah.
And they actually like being called, what's she called them?
Pindick.
Pindick.
Yes.
She said they actually want to be called that.
Yeah, that's a whole other world of...
yeah, but that's where she is, isn't it?
This podcast has really gone through some... This has been a roller coaster. I hope you guys are enjoying this Friday morning chat.
See what Chili Peppers does to us?
This has been a roller coaster.
It was a good freaking concert. No, what I mean, it's a lot of those things. I still think at the end of the day, do what, and we definitely saw it with Scarlett. She's 100% happy with whatever she's doing.
Yep. Does
not care, and it's not affecting her one little bit. And if anything, she's enjoying it.
Yeah.
So I can't.
But then it's also making money.
Yeah, she's making money, but
she's enjoying what she's doing.
Maybe the needing of making money was why she started doing. She's cam girling. So the reason she started doing that was to make money, but now she's said, no, well, this is...
She just loves it.
And this is someone who was a fashion model at 17 in New York.
She enjoys the interactions and she enjoys it. She has fun with it. Like, she actually genuinely likes it.
Yeah, she genuinely likes it, but she's doing it by her rules.
Yes.
She refuses to go anywhere past her rules. Mm-hmm. And while people are happy to her to be within her zone, she is 100% happy and she's making it. But I think even if the money was half it was, I think she's found that little place that it's like anybody who likes playing golf. Imagine if every time you played golf, someone gave you $200.
Yeah.
And you don't know why they gave you $200. You just got $200 for playing golf.
Imagine if someone gave me $200 every time I drank wine. I would have my yacht out of my island.
Even better, they gave me $200 to pay for the wine that I'm drinking.
I would have my island and my yacht, and I can sail to my island on my yacht.
So I heard a really interesting question.
What?
The most craziest person in the world is singer.
Most craziest person in the world?
Singer.
Britney Spears?
No, crazier. Different sex. Come on. You're right into him.
MJK? Ollie Sykes.
Crazy, not sexy. I did not say the people.
You said I'm right into them.
Pete Davidson, I would have said no, not the size of the cucumber. I'm talking about the craziness.
You said right into them.
Oh, Kanye West.
Oh yeah, Kanye's pretty crazy.
Oh, pretty crazy? Did you hear he sing on Hitler?
Oh, no, yeah.
No. But
I
anyway,
was following his whole breakdown. I feel sorry for him though. He's clearly got untreated mental issues.
Actually,
he needs to go to a therapist.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
No, he doesn't.
He needs help,
he
man.
doesn't.
I feel sorry for him.
Seriously, I do not feel sorry for him. I feel sorry for the rest of the world who's trying to do that to him. He's got the most incredible... Listen to his friggin' lyrics. Listen to his songs. Listen to...
Have you heard the one that goes, scoopity poop, poop
I don't
de
care.
scoop?
So Gangnam Style is any better than that? Come on. Yeah. So what I mean is, I don't listen to his music much, but after I read something on it...
Runaway's a banger. I love that one. That one's really deep with the piano.
Really, he's such a clever people, and people are trying to... Creative people are just left, right, centre, crazy, stupid. Just leave them be. They're going to be... You can't counsel them. Just let them go through their crazy moments, then there are genius moments, and they're crazy... Genius. But he asked an amazing question. How much would it cost to buy the world? Everything's for sale. How much money do you reckon? Thank you, Joe Rogan. How much money do you reckon it would cost to buy the world? And I thought, this is freaking... So I started going through... So there's certain countries you could most likely buy. So I reckon if you paid enough to Fiji, so every single Fijian was a millionaire, so you'd own that country.
Okay.
If you said to every Fijian, right, I want to buy this country, I'm going to give every single one of you $1 million US, they would sell it. Maybe there were a couple who are worth 10 or 15 million. All right, they get paid more, but you would be able to buy that country. So how much do you reckon the world, I think China would cost a friggin' trillion because they don't care about money. They'll just say,
I don't know.
Just blow up America and you can have China.
I don't want the world, I just want an island and a yacht.
Just a yacht. You got this thing with it. I'm taking you on a yacht. I guarantee you will never want to go on a yacht again.
I really just want a yacht and I want an island and I'm going to...
So have you ever been on a yacht?
No.
So have you ever had seasickness?
No.
You've never been something that's doing
I've
this
been on
for
boats.
20... No, little yachts go up and down like a cork.
I will like being on a yacht. And I want an island.
I promise you we are going to do a podcast. Next time we have to go somewhere to an island or something,
I'm gonna go on a yacht.
we'll put Bec on a yacht for 8 hours.
Hell yeah. So excited.
You will not be like that.
Can I drink champagne?
You won't want to drink
And
anything
eat caviar and drink champagne on my yacht.
Oh, that's right. You do like caviar. And you,
I love caviar.
Because nobody see you now. You only drink champagne to look posh in business
No, I actually
class.
like it now.
You should drink it enough.
Yeah, I'm acclimatised to it. Can't drink too much of it, but that's all right. And I love caviar. Caviar is tasties. But yeah, no, I just want a little island.
Just want a little island. I forgot to put timer on. I've got no idea how long. Do we know how long this has been going?
I can check.
You can check.
Oh, it's been 55 minutes and 57 seconds.
Oh, well, the alarm hasn't gone off, so we have to keep talking.
We can do it for a little. We can give it
I wasn't trying to kill it. It's
extra.
just my ice has melted. I'm
Okay,
now
okay,
just
you can go get a drink.
No, it's on track. Come find me a drink.
What was that? This is this?
This is this. Right? Leave me alone. Just pick on me. It's called Alzheimer's disease. I'm getting there.
You're not that old.
I'm
You're only
Simon's
you're as old as you act, and you act 12. So I'll move my little pack out the way.
There's a really, really, really bad joke.
What?
Like, won't do it because we already get accused of certain
then
things.
don't
So,
get
no,
cancelled.
but pretend. So imagine that's Bec's arm. You're only as old as what you're feeling.
Gross.
No, but it's not meant to be a sexual thing. It means if you're with someone who's younger, you're touching and you're saying you're only as old as what you're feeling.
That's kind of.
It's not supposed to be taken that way,
I just feel like I should point out the person that asked me to
You're
name.
trying to point out your boobs.
No, for the person
You
that
pointed.
you can't see. This is like a tent on me. It's like a dress. No, I was pointing out because the person that asked me to name 5 Slayer songs, I can name 5 Slipknot songs. It's Duality. There is Spit It Out. There is.
Sorry, you got 2 out until an
No, because I'm listening to it in my head and I can't think of the name of it before I forget. That's the one. Snuff and.
There's 2 now.
No, because I can sing
my
them in my
favourite
head.
all right,
Psychosocial.
All right,
5
so
songs.
Ollie Sykes songs.
Drown, Pray for Plagues, Throne, Doomed, and Folly.
There's only 1 arm in there. Mandragora.
I can't say it properly. Sem Chow? I don't know. It's something like that. Shiva Style, Core.
Plant in your garden. What's that called?
Big Tree.
Big Tree.
Oh no, Big 3. Sorry. Big 3.
Ooh. The Bec's poo noises. Ooh. What song's that?
That's. Oh, it might have been.
It might have been.
Yes.
Can you see the difference? There's no ums then.
So
You only ummed on bands that you don't really
No,
listen
I
to.
do.
You
I
just want
love
the world to
going-
think you're.
I love
Oh, are you
Slipknot.
going now? I thought you said you cancelled that.
I really want to go. I really want to go.
So imagine booking a PA who sets up the dates for somewhere and then just goes, oh, sorry, I forgot to put my dates. I am not available that weekend that I just booked you at. Interstate.
I booked tickets to Knotfest and I forgot to put it in the diary, and then I booked the Sydney workshop on the Friday. But I want to go to Slipknot. Because they're going on a hiatus. What if I never see them again? They're so good.
So you reckon they're going to disband?
They've announced they're going on hiatus.
Hiatus.
Yes.
Right.
Fall Out Boy did a hiatus. Fall Out Boy are back though.
How long? A week? I was like Johnny Farnham.
No.
This is the last of the last of the last. Return to, and like, no, the even best one is Elton John.
Oh, isn't Cher pretty well known for the farewell tour as well?
Elton John is too.
Oh, God. I'm sure.
So it's our workshops to Europe and America, our farewell tour for the next 20 years.
Yes. Not Europe, Not Europe. I love Europe. I'm so excited for Europe, guys. It's going to be elite. Elite. 3 whole months I'm going to be there. 3 months. I get my European hot girl summer. I need to go. I have to work out now. Rude.
You have to work out now.
I have to work out.
Yeah.
How rude.
I can't see that happening.
I was so attacked by Facebook memories when they showed me. They're like, oh, here's a photo of you from 10 years ago. I was just looking at 20-year-old me's waist. I was like, that's rude. Don't come for me like this. Don't remind me.
Well, you're a beanpole.
I know, that's what I mean. Like, don't remind me.
It's not going to stay like that forever.
Why can't it?
Because...
It's not fair. Now I have to work for it. I never had to work. I never had to do anything. Now I've got to go to the gym.
Go to the gym.
Anyway, I'm raving.
You're raving.
Thank you, guys.
Happy Fridays.
Happy Fridays. Well, happy Thursday for those who are listening.
On a Thursday. It's a Friday that we're recording it.
It's a Friday.
Friday after Chili Peppers.
Yeah, and it comes out on Fridays in Australia.
Australia, mate.
Australia.
Australia.
But it comes out on Thursdays in America, and I think it's like midnight in Europe or something. Anyway.
And what time in Dubai?
Maybe like 3 in the morning or
What time in Fiji?
That was 2 hours ahead. So they come out at midday.
What time in China?
Fucked
With the deep fried pigeon.
Oh my God, we'll tell you about the deep fried pigeon next time.
We already have, I think.
Have we?
You've already done a food about your not eating Chinese food with deep fried pigeons, chook soup, all the other gelatinous.
Why? It had a beak.
A beak.
It was a whole bird. Like, it wasn't just like a wing, it was a whole bird on my plate. That is wild. I'm sure it's a delicacy or something, but that's wild. I don't want to eat it. Anyway.
Anyway.
Have a good weekend. Bye, guys.
Catch up.